On September 19th, 1976, just after midnight, calls began flooding into Iranian authorities about a strange object in the sky, pulsating, extremely bright, and hovering over the city. Iran's military scrambled a McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II jet to intercept. As the pilot approached, his aircraft's communications and instrumentation suddenly failed. The moment he turned back, everything came back online. A second F-4 was launched, piloted by Major Parviz Jafari, a decorated and experienced pilot. As Jafari approached the craft, which was now clearly visible as an intensely bright object, he tried to lock on with a missile. But the moment he engaged the weapon system, it went dead. Jafari reported that the UFO launched a smaller object, like a missile or drone, directly toward his plane. He prepared for impact. But just before reaching him, the object suddenly veered off. Another smaller object descended from the main craft and landed in the desert below. Radar operators, pilots, and civilians all confirmed the same event. The incident was serious enough to be analyzed in a classified report by the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency. The report described it as an outstanding report with high reliability. In 2007, Major Jafari testified before the U.S. National Press Club, recounting the event in chilling detail.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Parviz Jafari, and I'm a retired general of Iranian Air Force. At about 11 p.m. on the evening of 18 September 1976, citizens were frightened by circling of an unknown object over Tehran, the capital city of Iran, at a low altitude. It looked similar to a star, but bigger and brighter. They reported it to the tower and was seen by Towerman 2. He alerted the Air Force Command Post, and Deputy General Yousefi decided to scramble an F-4 jet to investigate. The pilot in the first jet lost instrumentation and communication when he got too close to the brilliant object, so he headed back. About 10 minutes later, they scrambled a second jet, which I was piloting. At the time, I was a squadron commander. I approached the object, which was flashing with intense red, green, orange, and blue. The light was so bright that I was not able to see its body. The sequence of flashes was extremely fast, like a strobe light. We locked on it with radar it was at 30 degrees left, at range of 25 miles. The size on the radar scope was comparable to that of a 707 tanker. 4 other objects with different shapes separated from the main one at different times during this close encounter. Whenever they were close to me, my weapons were jammed and my radio communications were garbled. One of the objects headed toward me. I thought it was a missile. I tried to launch a heat-seeker missile to it, but my missile panel went out. Another followed me when I was descending on the way back. One of the separated objects landed in an open area radiating a high bright light in which the sands on the ground were visible. We could hear emergency squash at all the way, which was reported by other airliners flying at the time and continued for another couple of days. During my interview at headquarters, after the incident, the American Lieutenant Colonel Alan Moy took notes, but after it was over, I could not find him to talk with. Later at once, Later, once classified document was released here in America through the Freedom of Information Act, the Defense Intelligence Agency documented the event in a great detail, and it was sent to NSA, the White House, and the CIA. The DIA assessment said this case is a classic that meets all necessary conditions for a legitimate study of the UFO phenomena.
To this day, the encounter remains unexplained. No country claimed the object, and no known aircraft matched its behavior or capabilities. Was it extraterrestrial? A secret foreign craft? A test of unknown technology? Whatever it was, it disabled military jets, outmaneuvered pilots, and left a trail of radar data and official documentation that still puzzles analysts nearly 50 years later. What do you think was flying over Tehran that night? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like. Subscribe for more declassified files, UFO encounters, and space mysteries every week.